Right guys, came out of the oven and the weld that I thought had opened up is right there on the front. It's not actually opened up, it's a slight inclusion. And I've surface ground it on the 2x72 and I've come up with that. Now I've messed up. I haven't messed up. When I come to grind out that inclusion on the front, it kind of spoiled the look of the pattern for me. So I've just simply ground that blade out. I think it's going to look okay anyway. It's a very usable blade. I'm going to grind it onto that line because it's 3.5 mil thick. It's not very thick, so I'm going to put a little bevel on there. I'm going to see how it looks. I'll show you. And if it doesn't look cool, I'll take the bevel a bit higher up and we'll keep going until it gets the look I want. Alright? See, that sort of looks okay, but it's a little, like a little Scandi, isn't it? So I'm going to take it up just to that line now and see how that looks. Yeah, I do kind of like that higher grind line better. So that's the one I'm going to go for. I'll probably actually go just up to the Sharpie line. So let's get it heat treated then. And I went at 795 degrees centigrade for 15 minutes. And then this is in Parks 50. And I just wanted to test it, just to make sure how strong the welds were, because if it's going to break up, it will do in the quench or it'll warp. But it was thermal cycled and it came out fantastic. Good hardness, 65 Rockwell it came out. And another laborious task of sanding the scale off to start with. Well, there wasn't much scale, that was forging, anti-forge scale stuff that was on. So it's going down through the grits from 320 down to 1000, and then micro mesh polish to really polish the edge, the faces, and you probably just about see the pattern in this now. I think you can see the twist and the laminates. But when it goes into this ferric chloride, it just jumps out straight away. Now the etching cycle was really prolonged on this. I don't know how many cycles there were, maybe 10, 12. Leave it in the ferric. It's a weak solution this, so leave it in the ferric for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, wash it off gently with wire wool and a cloth, keep going back in, etching the 1095, trying not to disturb the nickel layer too much. And whilst all that was going on, I made the guard, I sanded the guard. Then I think every second or third etch I would bring it back onto the table and just gently grind the face off with 1200 grit paper, just to keep the nickel nice and flat. And it gives me a visual look then of how far back the 1095 is going with the etch. So every time I etch, the blade's getting blacker and blacker. Whilst all this is going on, I cleaned up the guard and gave that a soaking in cold blue, about 30 minutes. I think this was the last etch, so I filmed the last one. generally figured that it was deep enough now. It feels like a fingerprint, you know, real ridges along the steel. And the last cycle I did was in coffee, and I left it in coffee just at room temperature overnight. So it was in coffee probably about 10 hours. Yeah, and some biblical rain. Got them inside, that's for sure. Had most of the day it was doing this particular day. Carried on into the night as well that evening. So what do you do when your 3mm drill bit isn't long enough? Well, if you taper the ends on the grinder and fill both tapers with brazing rod, you can overfill it so that it forms like a big mound, and then put it on the grinder and just grind it flat. Look at that, dead straight. So now you've got a long 3mm drill bit, and you can get into the pesky tang slot. Just put in the pattern on the handle now, because I'm going to take it out to the sander, the belt sander, and just grind away. This wood was horrendous at clogging belts. Very oily. Keep saying that probably. But in the end it always comes back to hand sanding. You've just got to accept that if you're going to make knives, you're going to have to hand sand. And because this was a hidden tang, I was able to fit this and sand it and finish it exactly to the guard, and then I epoxied everything up and put it in the vise overnight to set. Then next morning, just put this brass pin in, hammered it home, peened it over till it was solid, filed and sanded it away. So there it is. Overall, really happy with the way everything's come out. 1095 edge, 1095 5920 Damascus above it. Really like the pattern, and I've got a really good idea now of how I want to do my final blade. Nice pommel, lovely timber this. It does take quite a while to work it though, because it's quite an oily wood, and it requires a lot of work to finish it. So that is it. I can't wait to see what Dave makes out of his Damascus. Like I say, he hasn't seen this, I haven't seen his, so this video will be going out as soon as Dave lets me know that he's got the steel, that he's designed some kind of pattern and has ground his blade. So he can't be influenced at all by what I've done with it, and he shouldn't be, neither should he. He should make what he wants out of it. I do like that deep etch on that, and that polished, that really highly polished Damascus. I'll be making a sheath for this in the next week, and I will put it up for sale on my website in probably about a week's time. I'll stick it up on there. If anyone's interested, they can pop along to my website, losharrop.com, and take a look. I do have a few more blades that finish that can go on the website quite soon, so I'll maybe put them all on at the same time. I think everything on there is sold. I think the available knives have all been sold now, so I'll refresh that page, put some new items on it. Okay guys, thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, see you quite soon. Okay, bye for now.